Hi, this is a video that will be explaining future internet testing or the FITTEST project. So we will discuss in this video what is future internet testing, who is working on this, what will be delivered and what will the tool do that comes out of this project, what are the benefits to people, who is the audience and how can you participate in this project. So first of all, future internet applications are characterized by an extreme high level of dynamism. They are dynamic, they adapt to the user context, they are context aware, and they can do dynamic discovery and composition of services while they are executing. So testing of these applications gets extremely important because, as we all know, society depends more and more on them. Every one of us has used the internet to do critical activities like financing, business, banking and also learning. So traditional testing for these systems is not enough. In traditional testing, testwares are fixed, and in a dynamic environment, testwares needs to dynamically adapt to the dynamic environment. So what we need is continuous testing, testwares that automatically adapt to the dynamic behavior of the future internet application that we are testing. And this is the objective of the FITTEST project. So who is working on this? We have the University College in London from the UK, the University of Utrecht from Holland, Softeam from France, La Universidad Politécnica de Valencia from Spain. We have Berner and Mattner from Germany, La Fondazione Bruno Kessler from Italy and IBM Haifa from Israel. So what will be delivered after this project finishes? We will have a FITTEST integrated environment for automated and continuous testing, of which you can see the process flow on this picture. So let's look at this picture more in detail and see how does this work. So here we have all the processes that act into this automated and continuous testing environment, and we start with logging. So we run the system under test and collect the logs it generates. We monitor the behavior and collect logs about this. So this can be done by real users, real users that use this application in a production environment, or this can be done by test case execution in a test environment. The system under test needs to be executed and logs need to be collected. So once we have these logs, we go on to the next stage where we generate testwares. So we get the logs that we got when the system was running, we analyze them and we generate different testwares. So we generate, for example, models, which will be finite state machines, of which the nodes represent states and the transition represents events bringing us from one state to the other. We will generate domain input specifications that will tell us possible values of the parameters that can be used for a test case generation, and we will generate oracles. Here below we see we have different types of oracles. We have here in green model-based oracle, where the model that we have derived is used itself as an oracle for the evaluation of the test cases. And we see here the pink oracles, which are oracles based on properties that can be derived from the logs, and patterns that can also be derived from the logs. And then of course we have the free oracles that can just detect whether a system has crashed or not. So once we have all these testwares generated from the logs, what can we do? We generate an abstract set of test cases that are sequences that we generate from the model. We make them concrete by using this domain input specification, and we have pass and fail evaluation criteria based upon a selected oracle. So then when we have this test suite, we execute these test cases and start a new test cycle for continuous testing and adaptation of the testwares. So here you see executing the test cases, and this executes the system under test and logs are again being collected. So what are the benefits of this? So having an automated and continuous testing environment like the one I just showed, this will improve testing and will evidently result in the higher quality of applications, because the testing will be continuous, it will automatically adapt the testwares, it will be automated so we can do more testing because it is automated, And it is systematic testing. It's based on model-based testing, uses the finite state machines that I mentioned before, and also combinatorial-based test case generation, for which in the FITTEST project we use the CTE XL Professional from Werner and Mattner. So who is the audience for this? Well, evidently in the software development process, anybody that is worried about the quality of an application needs to test. So these are software developers, test engineers and test managers. Then also the audience can be testing tool vendors that might want to integrate their tools into this continuous and automated testing environment. We have academics that might want to see how their research results can improve some of the test case generation techniques that are incorporated into the environment. And obviously also computer science students that need to learn about testing and moreover testing of future internet applications. So how can you participate in this project? You can visit our FITTEST website, which is on Facebook. The link is here on this slide, and here you can leave your comments, participate into the discussions that we raise, and moreover see when the latest new releases of our continuous testing environment are available for download.